Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Liz, YouTube business coach, and in today's video, we're going to talk about how to get clients online as an online coach when social media spins you out. Yes, social media, we love it and we hate it. It is the best place in the world and the worst place in the world. So things can get really tricky when you're using social media, and I include YouTube in social media as well. When you're using it to grow your business and therefore you have to be on it, but are having trouble managing your mind around it because it will spin you out if you are not managing it appropriately. Let's talk about it. All right, so when it comes to the number of platforms that you should be on, less is more. Contrary to popular belief, I know a lot of people will say be on as many platforms as humanly possible to expand your reach. However, that will be terrible for you in the long term and it is not sustainable. Instead, less is more. Pick a few platforms that you know will be easy for you to use, that you have no problem using and getting on, and then make that a part of your regular routine. You can X out of all of the other things that just do not come with ease, do not bring you joy, and are just add-ons because you're stretching yourself out too thin. So if doing TikToks is not for you, chuck it. If getting on Clubhouse is not for you, get rid of it. Heck, if getting on YouTube is not for you, don't do it. I definitely recommend that you incorporate some type of search engine traffic into your engagement platforms. So say, for instance, if you have an email list, you got to find a way to get people onto your email list. So you got to find them from somewhere to add them. So whether you're using YouTube or whether you're using blogs and just doing Google, whatever way that you want to do it, just make sure that you're taking into consideration the fact that you do have to have new people being able to find you in some way, shape, or form. And the best thing about not stretching yourself out too thin and using just a few concentrated platforms is that you really get to dive deep on these platforms. And instead of expending your energy towards just throwing content at whatever platform you can find, you get to actually spend that time building relationships with the people who are already following you on these designated platforms. You get to spend time really diving deep into your content and into the value that you provide and into your services and your offerings to really spend your time creating from a place of inspiration and from ease and creating innovation in a way that will really serve your audience and help you create clients even faster. So save your energies and minimize your platforms. And I'm definitely a fan of repurposing. You can repurpose YouTube videos for Instagram. You can repurpose Instagram captions to your email list. Repurposing is big, but don't do it to the point where you overextend yourself and are just posting to the wind. Wherever you have people, make sure that you're taking the time to actually get to know them, to actually nurture them, to actually create content with them in mind versus just spitting it out at the wind at whoever will find it. And speaking of less is more also applies when it comes to your social media usage. So ask yourself, how many hours a day do you spend scrolling on social media, including for your business and for personal time? We need to set some social media boundaries, right? So that means spending less time on these platforms so that they have less of a chance of spinning you out. Some people, for instance, will use separate accounts. So I have a client who likes to use a separate account, one that's just personal use and then another that's strictly for her business. And that works fine for her. For me personally, multiple accounts is mad effort for me. So what I do is I like to just use my social media account that is also my business account. But when I'm feeling like I want to just explore and I don't have anything to post, I don't have anything in particular to say at that time, I focus on the people who are already interacting with me. So I tend to think I'm a cool person, you know, so cool people tend to follow me and then I follow those cool people back. So there's some reciprocity there and it's a mutually nourishing relationship. They like what I post, I like what they post, and not in like a like for like type of way, but like genuinely I enjoy the content that they create and I learn something from it and I engage with it on a genuine level because I actually care about it, and they do the same for mine. So that doesn't mean that this happens for every single person that likes my content or that interacts and watches my stories, but for some of them it does. And I don't spend hours a day doing it. This really helps to set boundaries in place so that I'm not mindlessly scrolling on social media and ingesting all of this energy into me. And social media is, yes, a marketing tool and also filled with people's energies. Whatever energy it possibly is. It could be positive energy, but it could be a lot of other stuff too. So you really have to be careful how much of that you absorb into yourself, because your brain is absorbing all of this information in, even at a subconscious level. Well, you'll forget most of the things that you've seen in one sitting on social media, but it's still in there. So give your mind a break, give your energy a break, conserve it, and limit the amount of time you spend on there. And when you are on there, make sure that you're really intentional about it. And this intentionality is really cool because it helps to create community. That is the founding building blocks of creating community. And when you're creating this community around your business, that is how you get clients. You are essentially creating a safe space where people know they can come and participate without being sold to in a sleazy way. And then eventually they decide, hey, if they like what you have to offer and if they want your help, or they decide if they don't. Either way is cool, but you are creating this safe space by building this community and doing it in a way that does not drain your energy and spin you out. Because remember, business is a marathon, not a sprint. And in fact, I've met some amazing people online. I live in New England, and there aren't a ton of Black women that are in my immediate vicinity that I can just be friends with. So I have basically accumulated this amazing group of friendships from people that I've literally just met online. Some have become clients, some haven't. And it's still just a really cool group of people that I really do genuinely enjoy getting to know. My next tip for getting clients as an online coach without having social media spin you out is to get off of social media. And no, I'm not saying try and find clients at networking events. I'm an introvert. I would never wish that on my worst enemy. But just understand that staring at your phone constantly does not create clients. Your content is what creates clients. And since your content is already there and it is being binged as we speak, you don't have to keep staring at your phone to make it happen faster. But here's what you can do instead. Make sure that your notifications on your phone work with you and not against you. So, for instance, with Instagram, instead of having your notification set so that every single time someone even likes a piece of your content, you get notified, maybe only have it set so that you get notified if you get a DM from someone. That way you know it's something that you actually want to respond to versus something that can just sit and wait for a day or so. And definitely spend time figuring out what actually brings you joy and happiness and rest outside of social media. Find some way to let your brain turn off outside of just sleep. Because when your brain is off and not focused, 100% concentrated on your business and the current status of your business, that is where your brain gets to thrive. It gets to process everything that it's learned. It gets to subconsciously work in the background to create solutions and to innovate for you and give you great new ideas that you can try and really just excite you about the different things that you can create using just your own mind. But it can't do that if it's constantly digesting and absorbing information and energy from social media. So definitely look for ways to just get off of the phone all together and just kind of sit and be quiet with your mind or have fun and just let it turn off. Your brain will thank you. Your business will thank you because those brand new spanking ideas are what's going to help you get to your next client. There you have it. Those are the main tips I have for you when it comes to managing your social media boundaries while you're trying to get clients and grow your business. And it's important that you do this because if you don't, you're going to run into issues where you're taking long, extended breaks at a time from social media and from your business in a way that does not serve you. And I'm not talking about intentional rest and intentional vacations where you as a human being are just inherently deserving of rest and can take breaks whenever you want. But more so like the social media has made you weary, you have nothing left to give, and nothing is working, and you just can't even bring your body to make another post. We want to avoid that. There's a big difference between those two types of breaks. I definitely help my clients to find the difference for themselves, and I also make sure that they understand the importance of intentional rest and intentional proper action through service in their business so that they can get clients in a sustainable way. If you are having trouble seeing the difference for yourself, if it does not feel like your business is still working for you even when you're resting, if you're not experiencing having clients come to you even on your rest weeks, I can help you. Use the link in the description box below to join me in my one-on-one program where we will create for you a simple business that is sustainable, that you love, that creates clients for you with ease. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about managing your social media boundaries. Be sure to check out this video here if you want to learn more about creating intentional community with your social media use instead of letting it burn you out. I'll see you there.